I almost wanted to get my Chris Paul on and be like a real hard ass about the whole situation. Like, hey, we gotta start this on time. We gotta make sure everybody's on their P's and Q's. But that's just kicking a man while he's down. So welcome
Yeah.
to the 2DopeMarks Arena for a brand new episode of 2DopeMarks, your home of Go Girl Wrestling. And also, hey man, we're here for the pro graps. We're here for all the ridiculousness and everything in between. Brought to you by two lifelong fans who bring commentary to you. Like, hey man, we're the country version of Jim Ross and Paulie Dangerously, or considering what today is, Pimp C and Bun B. Rest in
Mhm.
peace, Pimp C. To my right, it's one and only D. I'm Brando, as always. Thank you for tuning in. Follow us on Twitter at 2DopeMarks. Follow us on YouTube at 2DopeMarks. Subscribe to the podcast. We are growing numbers. Shout out to our shenanigans on Black Wrestling. We still want our rematch, but it is what it is. There. Find us on Instagram at 2DopeMarks. I need to do a better job of promoting us on Instagram. I will say
I
that.
suck at that shit. You
I
know
will
I
say
ain't
that
lying.
much. I need to do a better job of promoting us and chopping up our clips because we be funny. We be funny. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to my Everything is Wrestling group chat. Shout out to my boy Will Ferrell. Shout out to everybody who is tapped in with us and been like, yo, y'all got something cooking. We appreciate y'all. It's December. We are coming up on 1 year of doing this. And I
I'm
couldn't have
playing
done
around
this
with
with
you,
a
so
better
don't worry about
co-host.
me. Yeah, appreciate you. I'm playing around.
Couldn't
They
have
got
done
some
this
new
with a better
features with this
co-host.
bitch.
Um,
Appreciate you,
also,
man.
also, the Tudo Marks have merch. Bam, right there. That is not everything that's on the Tudo Mark store. That is literally just giving you the goodness from our hoodies, crew necks, t-shirts, etc., etc. We just dropped the Run 2DM crew neck. It's available now. Trust me, it's a good stocking stuffer for Christmas. Again, it's a good stocking stuffer for Christmas. So hey, shop with your boys. Shop with your boys. We ain't trying to tax nobody. We ain't trying to tariff nobody. We are
Hell
here
no.
to have a good goddamn time with this. That is what we here for 9 times out of 10.
What's the other one? What's the 10 times out of 10?
Oh, the 10 times out of 10?
Yeah, what's the one remaining?
That's when we doing giveaways and stuff, bro. That's what that 10 times out of 10 is.
Oh, okay. I might
We
be
like
nice and give
passing
away
out
some shit for
turkeys in the
Christmas.
community like Nino Brown. That's what we like to do. That's what we like to do. But um, we got a jam-packed show, man. We got a jam-packed show, and I don't mean jam-packed in like, hey, I'm gonna create a whole account for my dog, but it's not really my dog, and then I'm gonna leave the dog in Oxford, Mississippi, so I go coach um LSU. We are not doing no whole shit like Lane Kiffin. We're also not
Okay.
doing no whole shit like the Los Angeles Clippers with Chris Paul, even if Chris Paul is, bit of a pain in the ass. We ain't doing that. We're not, we're not doing that. We are doing jam-packed episode. As I said, we got to cover Survivor Series. We got to cover um these boys. Hunter knows Hunter H. Your guy D deciding to
Mhm.
go
Hunter H is crazy.
1989, 1990, 1991 with the shits in terms of storylines. We got to talk the final. We have a final for the last time it's now tournament. We have a new home for TNA. They're on the old home Breaking Bad. We got to talk NXT Deadline, which is
That was on
Saturday.
Bravo.
No, they're not.
I'm thinking.
No, no.
No, I'm saying. No, man, not. I mean AMC. My bad. I'm thinking about BravoCon because you know my people was talking
I
about that
know.
shit.
I know what your people be on. I know.
But
Um,
that's AMC was Breaking Bad.
it was.
I've never watched that joint for real.
You got to tap in.
I need to.
Breaking Bad
Yeah,
was one of the ones. Like if you want to talk about a show that deserves all the hype and all the yapping it needed, Breaking Bad
hmm
put that in. Shout out to I picked it up on Netflix back when Netflix was pushing disc. That's how I became a fan of Breaking Bad.
for real.
Um, so yeah, we'll be talking TV deals, man. We'll be talking TV deals and Ashe. is having their second anniversary show
Man, I
Saturday.
can't wait. It's been 2 years though,
Cannot
bro.
wait, Bubba. Cannot wait.
It's been
Can't
two
wait.
years.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Hold up
But
a second. I
first,
think. uh,
but first, we got to go back to last Saturday. We got to go back to last Saturday, San Diego, California, Petco Park. Survivor Series happened. Um, 4 match card lasted, the allotted time of 3 hours. You know, um, matches were had. There were 2 War Games matches. Um, the Faces won the women's War Games match, which we expected, and the Heels
we
won
expected
the
that
men's
shit.
World
Yeah.
War Games match, which we also expected. We expected Dominic Mysterio to get his belt back versus John Cena. That happened. And we expected Stephanie Vaquer to beat Nikki Bella. That happened.
Thank God.
But all right, D, I've had to sit on this for like 5 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that we talk shit about the WWE version of War Games after
Mm-hmm.
it got out of NXT and now it's on the main roster. We talk shit about it
Right.
because maybe it's not brutal enough. Maybe the stories aren't necessarily connecting to get there, right? We talk about it because we know what War Games is. We
Mm-hmm.
know that 87, when the match was created, all the way through, I'd say 92, with Sting Squadron versus Dangerous Alliance, that was peak War Games.
Right.
We know NXT had a dope one with the Undisputed Era versus Mixed Match Squad, hemmed by Kevin Owens. You know, the first time they did it for the main roster with Bloodline versus Sheamus and them boys, pretty
Mm-hmm.
solid. I gotta say this, man. The women's War Games match, a little too goddamn contrived. Just trying to get to certain spots. The men's War Games match has its own little issues here and there. But
Mm-hmm.
let's break this down first off, right? Let's break this down. The women's War Games match felt like it was everybody was setting up to get to the point where Io Sky was going to jump off the cage.
Yeah, that's you took the words out of my mouth. Like that right there, it was pretty much okay. Let's put this person in. Let's let this person in. War Games begins. Woo woo. And then when EO came in with the trash can, what type of time it was or whatever. It wasn't gonna be no surprises. EO gets her spot, and that's it. Oh, I'm sorry, AJ Lee got in the match. I think that's the second spot.
That is the second spot. So
Um,
go ahead. I'll let you run ISO. I'll let you run
now
ISO.
I really don't have anything about. I have no reservations about it. It was to be expected for what it was. Um, Again, it's a thing for me where how we talked about it's the Avengers or the Justice League against the Legion of Doom and stuff like that. It's just an all-star game of wrestling. Fine, cool. But what's going to bother me is what is bothering is what you said earlier. Pretty much like there's no storyline. It's like when you did the Four Horsemen against anybody in the NWA,
Mm-hmm.
the Four Horsemen beat the shit out of Sting, Luger, Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, all them folks. Anybody that was in War Games against the Horsemen, it was a
Mm-hmm.
storyline. Everybody legitimately had a reason to hate the Horsemen, not just people getting thrown in there. And when it comes to this women's match, it's like it was just rushed. I think my favorite part was just Last Legend.
Oh, okay.
That was it. It
Okay.
was
See,
it was a decent match for the eye test, but for those wrestling fans who actually want substance behind it, like for me, it was like, like
so
it was what it was.
so my issue with the women's War Games match It's not that it's star power, right? It
Mm-hmm.
has star power. It
Mm-hmm.
has, what I'm saying, your Rhea Ripley's. It has your EO Skies. It has um AJ Lee, right? It
Right.
has the people you want in there. It's like, okay, this thing gonna pop, right? Because these are
Mm-hmm.
people who have their own individual feuds, and you expect them to go take things to a different level.
Right.
My issue is that I know how this is gonna go. I know that it's gonna be something going on in like early November. It's a big like 8 to 9, 10 woman brawl, and here come Rhea
Mm-hmm.
Ripley coming to.
Right.
I'm gonna say do her taunt at the entranceway, and then run down and they'll big boot somebody, and then hop on the mic and yell "War Games!"
Right.
Like what's gonna happen. The fact that Io Sky had a branded trash can, I was like, all right, dog, we doing too much.
Right.
We doing too much. And again, like the lineup, it feels like it's so interchangeable. It's like the same four people, and instead of AJ Lee, give me Bianca Belair. Um,
Mm-hmm.
or hey, let's put the Kabuki Warriors on the same side as Rhea and Io versus, you know, a heel version of Charlotte, Alexa, Becky, and whomever, right?
Right.
Like the fact we got Last Legend in that joint, and that was a star making performance for her. That is something I thoroughly enjoyed. But
Right.
you mean to tell me everybody is just trying to set up and get ready for EO to do this spot? Now, kudos to
Mm-hmm.
her for like, like
But
normally she
doing
just
that shit,
jump off the joint,
that's bro, that was a swan song. So
but
like
that was a
that shit was hard.
swanton with a trash can over her
So the
head.
trash can on. Yeah.
Like that was it. It's definitely the holy shit moment. But that was always been my issue with the WWE version of War Games.
Right.
Like it ain't about violence. It ain't about like I gotta make my person quit. It's basically a cage match next to a cage match, and we occasionally intermingle. And then somebody
Right.
gotta jump off this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold that thought 1 second. I gotta handle something real quick. ISO this joint real quick.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
yeah. So all in all, when I think of War Games, I think of the like again, of course, AEW is gonna have it a little bit better because they lean into the violence, they lean into the interplay of all the people involved. But I think with the WWE version, like you don't need two War Games matches. You don't. You can give me one gender War Games match, whether it be men's or the women's. You give me a traditional 5-on-5 joint. If you still want to have some titles be defended, perfect. Go for it. But it's got to make sense. That's the main thing that you want from any promotion. If you doing some shit, have it make sense. And if it don't make sense, then nobody's going to tune in. Nobody's going to care. And so with the women, I applaud the effort. I applaud Last Legend getting there for her first official main roster match and throwing that right hand like a laying people out, right? I applaud that. I also laughed at the fact that she wore her mock ring uh to the proceedings because what I'm saying she was not wearing that engagement ring that Trick Williams
Hell
gave her
nah.
ass in
Hell
the war
nah. Shit.
games.
Fuck that. I'll be like, you ain't wearing that motherfucker. And let me
Mm-mm,
hold it in the back.
exactly. So all I was saying is that like you don't need two war games matches.
Mm-mm.
Like
Mm.
if you're gonna do it, they better have some real legitimate. All right, I gotta see these people like beat each other to the death, and
So
somebody
so
gotta
so here's the
quit.
here's the problem. Here's the problem. It's no build up to it. When you're producing PLEs every month or every event every 2 weeks, because that's the content we're getting, a steady flow, you don't you can't do nothing with it. Like, all right, yeah, we know that EO and Rhea have been having an issue with the Kabuki Wars. That story's been doing what it did,
Facts.
right? Okay, then you got the Kabuki Warriors beating Charlotte and Alexa for the titles. All right,
Hmm.
cool, right? But then here comes a sprinkle of AJ Lee and Becky. That's just like saying that's just like a cameo appearance. That's just like Uncle Phil on Family Matters. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just pretty much what it is. But then where does Lash and Nia? And I'm not complaining about Lash getting into the match or Nia for that match, but where do they come from? It's like it's just cameo appearances just to build a War Games match. Like I would have rather had like the Shockmaster some shit. So I mean, overall, I get the star power, but in my opinion, star power doesn't dominate a whole match. That's just how I feel about
Yeah, yeah. So, moving on. I am saving the Intercontinental title match for a whole separate segment.
that.
Pull that out for a whole separate segment, right? We can get straight to the women's world title match between Stephanie Vaquer and Nikki Bella. And the match was it was a match. It happened. It was I mean, there was some of it in there.
That's all I yeah.
It was some of it in there. Again, that's no
On the
disrespect
announcer's
to
table
Stephanie.
and in the room. That's it.
It's just it's no disrespect to Stephanie. It's just one of them situations where
No,
hey,
ain't no personal to her. I'm cool with that.
yeah, it's just
I'm cool with Stephanie. I ain't got no be worried.
you get stuck in a in a weird situation. Like Nikki Bella came back and hey, congrats to her on the comeback and on all that, but it's a little shaky. A lot of shaky.
A little
A
shaky.
lot of shaky.
Lot
Just a little. So yeah, we hey, congrats to Steph for winning. Fast forward to the men's war games match. Um, this was fine. This was fine.
it was expected.
It was expected. I see a lot of people online having a little bit of a bitch fit about Jay Uso running it back um with his entrance
I think
during the
that was
match.
I actually think that was dope. That shit was funny. That shit was kind of dope. I mean, but as soon as I seen the clock, I knew who the fuck was coming out next.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what? They
You hear that
use
guitar riff, that mean you about to get your ass whipped.
they use Jay's entrance as a rest spot for everybody
Yeah.
else.
Mm-hmm.
And CM Punk was whooping ass and was like, "Oh, we partying? Oh, my bad. I thought this was War Games."
Yeah, him with the damn chair doing the guitar shit was hilarious.
So again, it works two ways here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
One, the fans in attendance, them 40,000 in attendance, were like, "Yo, we want to hear the theme," right? And then the psychology of War Games is like, "Hey, motherfucker, what are you doing?"
You're right.
Like, what are you doing? Somebody's gonna come and get your ass. Relax,
Run.
run. And so again, he got 2 minutes up there, and he up there looking like '09 Jeff Hardy. And then Brock Lesnar came, and yeah,
Start beating
like
ass.
we knew off rip that what I'm saying, Brock wasn't gonna do no more than 6 moves in that match. He did 6 moves. Um, I give all the props in the world for Bronson Reed knowing, hey, I ain't climbing up all that goddamn cage. Like I will
Right.
just
I ain't
hit.
doing that shit.
I ain't doing that again. I'm just hitting tsunamis on everybody from the normal height
Right.
and getting myself super over in the process. Um,
I'm
and
not
then
gonna
hey,
lie, real quick. He's winning me over.
Big Bronson,
Bronson winning me over. Like I already follow his social media account. He just be talking shit.
we just be yapping, yeah.
But yeah, he's winning me over. Like them tsunamis fucking people up.
Yeah. And Wade Barrett on the call. Wade Barrett got Bronson Reed over the same way that Trick Williams got over by Booker T,
Or Jim Ross with Stone Cold.
or Stephanie Vaquer with Booker T, or Jim Ross with Stone Cold. Yes.
Yes.
So yeah. And then hey, Braun Breaker pinned the world heavyweight champion. Technically beat the world champion on the other show, and basically said, "I got next." Right. That was his
Mm-hmm.
crowning moment. He almost
Is
died when they did that damn doomsday device, and he landed on his
yeah,
neck.
is that a segue? You know how they used to do the draft to send them to SmackDown, Team SmackDown, or the SmackDown roster? Is that a segue to bring Braun over to SmackDown to go fuck with Cody?
Nope. Because the aftermath of that, the aftermath of War Games is how we end up get with that one. And I think basically, they gave us the WrestleMania main events right then and there. They gave us Braun Breaker versus CM Punk, and they gave us Roman versus Cody 3.
I don't see it.
All right.
Only reason I say that is because Punk Roman is a thing. That's a title that Roman has not held as of yet.
Mm-hmm.
That will complete his trophy case.
Mm-hmm.
If I do see Cody going up against somebody in that War Game, the only person I see Cody going up against that was in that match would probably be Braun Breaker.
All right. So
yeah,
I
see Roman, but it's too early to tell. Like, I really don't start figuring shit out. Honestly, I don't start speculating until January, like right around the time people start speculating for the Rumble.
All right.
Whatever makes sense.
We'll put a pin in that because we'll talk about January because we got our first main event of January. All right. So the main talking point coming out of Survivor Series was the fact that Triple H was watching some Ric Flair, circa 1990 or whatever, and had a masked man climb the damn cage to attack CM Punk by hitting a super kick and a stomp and then getting out the ring. When I first saw this, my man J.R. Bang said it on his pod, First Black Champ. I laughed. I even tweeted about it, like, oh shit, we bringing back the Black Scorpion. But that wasn't no Ric Flair under that damn mask because, again, Ric Flair is flabby and sick these days. But then immediately online, we started seeing different, theories, no pun intended, about who could be under that mask, right? Because now you're trying to figure out, all right, who got that build? Who got that, that look, right? Who has that sort of athleticism, that sort of them broad ass shoulders, and could basically do that sort of moveset? D is saying it's him. If you're not watching this,
no, it ain't me. I ain't talking about it. Ain't me. My back ain't that wide.
Oh no, I see what he's doing. My apologies. He's saying that it's a certain individual from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
In Austin Theory. Now, here's why I wish we had like sad saxophone music, some of that Young and the Restless.
Right.
Because let me explain. Austin Theory had his peak moment as a singles wrestler. WrestleMania 39 versus John Cena. You mean to tell me 3 years later, you're going to randomly rebuild Austin Theory after having all the random stops and starts between the original Monday Night Messiah joint with Seth, with the A-Town Down Under, with him win the United States Championship? I want you're going to play Austin Theory's lawyer. Explain to me why your client should be getting this super push, because it's pretty much going to be his last go round.
I've already put this man where he was chosen, per se, from Mr. Redacted. He was right on the hip of McMahon. Second, you give him the U.S. title out the gate, right? You put this man on the big stage against arguably the GOAT, the Never Seen 17, and WrestleMania, and you allow him to beat that man. Now, let's be clear on something. The man can actually wrestle. Can you agree with me on that? Okay. And so as it pertains to that, Vince saw something in him. And let's be clear on something. I never agree with that man because I can name a couple people that Jinder Mahal and some other motherfuckers that I just didn't agree with. Ryback, all that other dumb shit. But the boy got personality. He has the charisma. He has the charisma to do it. Now, should he have been pushed that fast with Vince? No, nah. He should have been cutting his teeth like everybody else. Everybody else should. It's too perfect to put him with Heyman. He doesn't need Heyman to talk for him. He doesn't. All he needs is just Heyman in his corner, just to help him with the psychology of the ring. Just wait and see. I'm just being very, very honest. The dude got it. But that A-Town Down Under shit was just stupid. It was dumb. Like, it was complete ass. I don't even know why they even put them together. I guess it was just to what's the word? To give him something to do.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Busy work.
Yeah, pretty much. As soon as that person climbed in the ring and they did the stunt, I was like, yeah, that's not Seth. That's Austin Theory. You ain't seen the man on TV in a minute. Who have you seen on TV in a minute? You've seen Grayson Waller.
Mm-hmm.
You have not seen Austin Theory. I told you when this whole vision thing, before they had to name the vision thing, start coming into fruition, I said that it's going to be, minus the Seth injury, it's going to be a remake of Evolution. Now, what that looks like with Braun Breaker going after a title, I don't know. Show me something different than what Evolution did, and I'll enjoy it. But other than that, yeah, that's what I think it's going to be.
All right. So here's where I say I don't give a damn if your client is the goddamn person on the mask. I ain't even got nothing to do with him. I ain't even got nothing to do with Austin Theory. I think he's a fine worker. I think he's a fine promo. I think he is literally, a prototypical WWE superstar. I also think that he was better served making a surprise appearance in the last time is now tournament. Why? Because he actually got the bona fide of beating John Cena. So that'll be a double bona fide. Like, yo, I'm about to put your ass out for good.
For good. Yep.
For good. Thought that would be the case, right? But nah, he's just been chilling. He been in catering, eating bonbons, whatever the fuck they be having in catering.
Bonbons? What is he, Peggy Bundy?
Either he's Peggy Bundy or Peggy Hill. I don't know which. But the thing with Austin Theory is that, again, the ship has sailed. It's not interesting if Austin Theory is the goddamn man in the mask, because if Austin Theory is the man in the mask, then hey, that means Austin Theory was technically supposed to be in War Games. I mean, he was technically in War Games, but
so who else would it be? Who else could it or should it be?
I'm glad you asked. So I think Austin Theory is my fourth choice. My fourth choice in this, right? And I remember being in a group chat texting with people after this happened, and I legitimately said they would let a person who was green, physically the color green, in the vision before they let somebody like you or I in there. And then I paused and I thought about it for a second, right? Who else has not been on TV in a good little minute? Who else have people been teasing for a breakup recently? Similar build, uber athletic, can definitely pull off a super kick if need be. And definitely if he needs to jump and stop somebody, he can do that.
I don't know. Let the crowd know.
You give me Montez Ford. You give me Montez Ford. Why? Because we've been talking about this singles push for 5 years. 5. People been saying he's got world championship. People been saying he's got world championship material, right? We were talking about somebody who has all the tools. You've seen him on social media cut promos, right? He literally can give you a whole different dimension. Plus, that dude from Chicago. He might have beef with CM Punk just off the strength of like, yo, dog, I root for the Bears harder than you. I root for the Bulls harder than you. You have to doing some dumb shit, right? And at the moment, CM Punk is off TV. He just lost his dog, R.I.P. Larry, right? He's not medically clear. But you want to say, hey, I need you to be the concept of ruthless aggression. Yeah, you jump your swole ass in that cage, hit a man with a super kick, hit a man with a stomp, and make it seem like, oh, that might be Seth Rollins. You do that. Now, what does that leave Angelo Dawkins? I don't know. But what I wanted to, but one of my two picks for this, it is Montez Ford, purely because that they got him and Austin Theory got similar goddamn builds. And the other, his fiance just made her debut on the main roster, and it's time for him to graduate. It's Trick Williams.
Whatever, we know that wasn't Trick.
We know it wasn't Trick because you can't put all that goddamn hair up in a
exactly.
Ski.
That's
ski,
my
right?
point. Right.
You had to do some work to put it all on the ski. I wanted to
for sure.
So into my third pick actually would be he don't have the same body type, but you kind of bulk it up a little bit if you wear the right sort of a fit. It's Nathan Frazier.
Okay.
Because who else is the biggest Seth Rollins disciple? Like literally, I trained this man.
The man's signature move is the Phoenix Splash.
Thank you. Right. And here's why I'm thinking of this. And also, it don't even really gotta be part of the situation. It ain't even gotta be a whole storyline, right? This can be a situation like, yo, Paul Heyman called me in for one night and one night only because who the real king of war games? Him. And that man, as you saw by him bringing on Brock, bringing on Drew McIntyre, he's gonna win that one match by any means necessary.
So Logan Paul is officially a member of the Vision.
He's in there.
Oh, okay.
He's in there. I mean, look, it don't move my needle, Bubba, but that's what I'm saying. So yeah, those three will be my best picks, right? Because you give somebody a shot in the arm to go over and do some real shit.
True.
You want to talk about the worst people? If you were to fucking tell me that Joe Hendry of all goddamn people was the man in the match.
Hey, bruh. I'm not doing this with you today.
This worse. We talking worse. I've seen people yap about motherfucking. If you told me Aldo Montoya was the dude in the mask, if you told me goddamn Jason Jordan actually got medically cleared and he's in the mask, right? Who's the must say if you would have told me like Michael McGillicuddy or Curtis Axel wanted some lick back, yeah, okay, worst person, right? We know Ryback can't do it because he ain't that goddamn athletic. I need the who is your worst person this could be, D?
My worst person? Angelo Dawkins. That's my man.
How is that how do I say Montez the best and Angelo's the worst? How is that happening?
Because it don't make no motherfucking sense.
How was it don't make no sense at all. What? The reason why, okay, it don't make no sense for Paul Heyman to have a dude, a random goddamn mask show up neither, but here we are.
The rest of it makes fucking sense, like theoretically, psychologically. The other shit don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. Carmelo Hayes will be a good one.
Carmelo Hayes would be a great one. A great one.
Yeah.
We saw what he did versus Gunther. We saw that pop. We saw that applause.
Here's a question for you.
Out
of all the major stables, you know, we got the Horsemen, we got DX, we got Evolution, we got Dungeon of Doom, etc., right? Out of all the black folks who per se was in any, or I can't remember any in any major outside the Nation of Domination. Who was maybe the best character to come out of a big stable, but from a black wrestler perspective.
The best character to come out of a black wrestling perspective from a stable.
Mm-hmm.
Butch Reed wasn't in no stable. It was just him and Ron Simmons for Doom, so that don't work.
That was a tag team.
I don't like this Austin Theory thing, but I agree with Jermaine.
I keep trying to tell you, stop bullshit, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's for real. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
We completely ignored it. We ignored the shot of it because we don't want to see that bad Negro either.
I do not want to see AARP.
So what? So he can leech off a Penta and Dragunov in them? Nah, dog, I don't want that. I don't want that.
Mm-mm.
Oh, the best character from a stable. Wow.
Mm-hmm. My brain be working sometimes.
That is a good one. I mean, the best characters came. Well, the New Days, the group is not a stable. It's just three folks.
No, that's why I said stable.
You don't give me a name too and be like, you might be right. You might definitely be
I
right.
don't have anybody. I really don't have anybody. Actually, I do have a person.
Was there a black person in the Heenan family?
No.
We're about to it's about to turn to name a black guy in a second. That's what's gonna happen.
Name a black guy is crazy.
That's what it's gonna turn into.
Well,
I say there weren't that many interracial stables.
That's where I was alluding to.
There's not that many interracial stables.
There wasn't. It was probably a handful.
Like the Nation, the corporate ministry had Farouk and
what's it, Viscera.
And Viscera. That the Nation.
You said the corporate nation. Oh yeah, they did have Farouk. Okay, that's true. I keep forgetting.
I was about to say, Evolution had a Filipino dude in it.
Yeah.
So it's slim pickings.
No, I'm just saying. Just think about it. I mean, this
might be a first. This definitely might be a first. This might be a first. This definitely might be a first. But no, I just need this. I need this masked man thing to have some sort of payoff or some sort of like, all right, we doing stuff. Otherwise, I'm just gonna flat out say like this might be the worst WWE you're in a good goddamn minute. From a men's perspective, women killed it all year. I ain't got no issue with that.
That's because it was pretty much the All-Star game before they start playing with the purpose. The NBA All-Star game, or it's like the Pro Bowl. It's a bunch of names, but ain't nobody trying to watch that shit because you ain't really fucking hitting.
Facts. So speaking of hitting, the other thing from Survivor Series was the fact that Dominic Mysterio got a stadium show entrance in his hometown and beat John Cena. Beat John Cena.
That was going to happen.
With a little help from Liv Morgan and everybody in the Judgment Day, which is basically a way of John Cena putting over that entire stable that it took all of them to beat him. And now Dom's a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. But it's a little bit weird because we have this Last Time Is Now tournament wrapping up tomorrow between LA Knight and Gunther. The matches on Monday were fire. Shout out to LA Knight breaking out a goddamn burning hammer. Gunther versus Solo Sikoa. It was easily Solo's best singles match on the main roster outside of maybe the Netflix premiere of Roman. I think in totality, we got a final that people either kind of expected or like, oh wow, that's a little different. Because again, people were legit fearful that we were going to get Gunther versus Jey Uso only round 4, if you think about it.
Yeah.
And that ain't happened. That ain't happened. We got LA Knight versus Gunther. But the way they set this up with Dom beating Cena at Survivor Series, you think John Cena about to go on his back twice to call the career?
Fuck
To call his career?
no. Shit, no. No. You know what? To be honest with you, this can go out. This can play out in two ways. Okay. From a from a wrestling standpoint, a sellable standpoint, an in-ring grab fest standpoint, Gunther would be your obvious choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I wish they had time because I would love to see the promos that LA Knight and John Cena could do with at least 2 Raws and 2 SmackDown in 2 weeks, 2 Raws and 2 SmackDown segments. I would love it. I would love to see, and it wouldn't be a bad match either. It wouldn't be a bad match. So it can go two ways. I feel like Dom beating Cena for me is probably the bigger thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's be real, Dom doing his thing right now, like doing his thug this for Cena to have a 1 week build up per se with Gunther or LA Knight. I don't think it's enough time to even hype it up. I mean, yeah, it's John Cena. People gonna watch it, and we know that show is pretty much like a gajillion dollars to sit on the lawyer's kneecap. Like, that's cool and everything, but I would rather watch Dom and Cena. Me personally.
So I think it means more for Dom beating Cena than whomever takes his last time snap tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Because already we've seen, people who are on the come up, on the rise, make a name for themselves in this tournament, right? Like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo Hayes had a banner ass match versus Gunther, right? Beating, all right. If say for example, if LA Knight beats John Cena, okay, cool. Does that make him the odds-on favorite to win the Royal Rumble now? If Gunther beats John Cena, like, does that do anything for Gunther that we don't already know? Like, does that reinforce him being a killer?
It does because he reintroduced the old music for one.
Mm-hmm.
Two, he's been in a situation where he's lost 2 straight manias and lost his title in 2 straight manias. You have pretty much portrayed Gunther in the last 2.5 years. Well, I'll say 2 years to be. He's not the monster that he was when he first won the IC title or when he first came to the main roster. Once he lost to Sammy, the IC title, all right, yeah, you lost one. Cool, whatever. But then you lose to Jay right after this, a year later. Yeah, I'm not looking at that man the same.
Yeah.
So it can help him versus hinder him. And that's a talking point for him where he can say, I retired to GOAT. I retired to never seen 17.
I retired John Cena and Goldberg in the same year.
Absolutely. Yes.
One gets more respect than the other, but we understand.
I'm not fucking with Goldberg.
Just saying. One gets more respect than the other.
But I mean, but for what Dom did, I mean, yeah, it just means more for me.
Yeah, Dom did it again. Dom did it at a PLE. he actually is one of the few people who got 2 matches out of Cena in this final run. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes more sense, to be honest with you, if it's LA Knight versus John Cena, even
Mm-hmm.
if then it is Gunther versus John Cena. Like,
How so?
okay, because remember, once upon a time, LA Knight and John Cena like tagged up, and LA Knight was literally like, "Yo, like I'm not your son, I'm not your kid, I'm my own
Mm-hmm.
goddamn man," right? Kind of teasing to it. Gunther and John never linked up, and personally, I would want this not to be something that's we only get like a week to sell it
Yeah.
because the match is next Saturday
But
in
what's more
Washington D.C.
sellable though? What's more sellable? Gunther staring at Cena while Cena cuts a promo on him because Gunther ain't cutting no fire ass promo.
I mean, it's gonna be a promo. It may not be like super fire, but it's gonna be a promo.
It's gonna be boring as shit.
Of course not. The answer to we both know the answer to that. We want John Cena
Yeah.
and LA Knight to go at it on their mic. I would prefer it to like, yo, man, say that shit for Brooklyn on the first Raw of the year. Say that shit for the first Raw of the year. Especially considering now that the match is going on first, according to John Cena.
Oh, for real?
That's what he told Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh
The match is
shit.
going on first. He getting his farewell out the way so they can basically give the next generation of talent they look on that program.
So you putting that match first? Ain't nobody gonna want to watch that shit after that. You pretty much gonna have to. You pretty much gonna have to have Bianca come back for all that.
Which apparently I was asking this like, yo, where's Bianca? Like, okay, apparently she broke more than her finger. She broke a knuckle too.
I've done that before.
Like
That's
the
not a thing.
whole shit was fucked off. So I'm like, all right, I get it. It's gonna take a while for a rehab situation. But
But that's what I'm saying. Like in 1 week, are you going to? Here's my question: Do you do? You said Punk is hurt. He's off the. He's on, or he's still on bereavement leave.
he's either on bereavement or on he's
So
out for a
you,
minute. And
so you,
he done for the rest of December, maybe.
so you gonna have to do at least Cody and Braun.
So, some got
It's no other match that you can put off the top of my head after Cena for people to actually stay or keep the ratings up.
oh
People
brother,
gonna watch wrestling regardless.
that is going to be a holiday house show. That is what that is
Mm-mm.
going to be, a holiday house show after that match.
Yeah, for $700 to sit on Jesus' shoulder, I'm not doing that.
For $700 to sit on Jesus's shoulders and maybe be in the same venue as you know who. But yeah,
I already shared my piece with that.
I know. I'm going to respect your piece and not even mention it on air. I'm respected on not even mention on air. So let's go back to the MVP of War Games, Braun Breaker. Braun cut his best main roster promo yet Monday because it was made official, in the words of Adam Pearce, that Braun Breaker will be challenging CM Punk on the 1 year anniversary of Raw being on Netflix, January the 5th, in Barclays Center. And so, because I have so much faith and belief in Braun Breaker being a WrestleMania main eventer, and they've been hyping him up as such, I think either he's losing that match and he's
Mm-hmm.
going to find a way to win the Elimination Chamber, or they're going to win that match, be World Heavyweight Champion for a minute, and going to go into a rematch with CM Punk at Mania. Why do I believe this? Because injuries have made it this way. Because initially it looked like we were finally going to get Seth and Roman at Mania, and then Seth wanted to be Darby Allin, and here we are.
I still think we get Seth and Roman. I still think we get Seth and Roman.
I prefer personally. You said it earlier. I prefer Punk versus Roman. I even prefer Braun versus Roman. But I think Braun Breaker, some point in 2026, either it's going to be January or it's going to be in Vegas. He going to be World Heavyweight Champion. And I think for all the yapping about, oh, WWE hasn't built any younger stars. Hey, the Steiner is right there. And he went his uncle on Monday.
Yeah,
That was
Steiner
Steiner
man.
delivering that damn promo.
Yeah. I want to see where it goes before I give my opinion. I want to see if he can feed off of this first initial promo and build off of it and be better. The way he did was cool. It was cool. It wasn't bad. It was just cool. But I want to see him progress. I want to see it get better. I want to see what that looks like as far as he got the crowd behind him. You hear the dogs barking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I need more quality matches out of him and stuff where I know he can. It's one thing to be a heel and always have somebody interfere and help you out and stuff like that. It's another thing to be a heel and just be dominant. People don't like Brock because he just beat the shit out of people. Some Roman matches he didn't have interference, but we knew what Roman was.
Right.
It's just I need to see
Roman
him.
Roman versus Cesaro probably that one is like, yo, like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't wrestle? Shit, watch this.
Yeah, I need to see him do some stuff. I need to see him find his own character and do his own thing. Like I need to see that. I need to see him to do his own thing and separate himself from everybody else before I will agree to actually just sit there and watch him and say, "Oh yeah, he's going to Mania."
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen. I think what we got with in Braun Breaker over these last few months, ever since he put Seth Rollins on the shelf, is that you've slowly seen that evolution of that dude. No pun intended, right? And then hey, you get a showcase moment of War Games. You already have people buying in on you. You already have the look when you walk through the curve. When that music hit, they finally got it right. It took like 4 times.
Yeah, it did.
To get that music right. Now they got that music right. You see him that slow walk from Survivor Series, and you're like, oh no, that dude look like a champion. All right, I'm here now, right? So you said it's gonna take time. I'm like, all right, I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen.
I want to see it. Like I'm never going to just say, all right, that's complete ass. Like I want to see. You got to make me a believer, just like you made. I didn't believe in it. Seth's one of my favorite wrestlers, but I wasn't a believer in Seth when he first turned on the Shield at all. I didn't see it. He had to grow on me, just like Bronson Reed is growing on me. Like I need you to change my mind. It's only a select few. It's only a select amount of wrestlers that come into WWE or wrestling just period who they push where I'm like, okay, yeah, he got it or she got it. You know what I mean? So like I'm hoping that they do push him the right way. I'm hoping that in the same sentence, somebody who's pretty much grown up with Braun Breaker. I want to see them grow together. I want to see Carmelo Hayes grow at the same speed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at his own pace. Whereas Braun Breaker, I think, was he the IC champ? Yeah, he was the Intercontinental champ.
He was.
Like they haven't put nothing on Melo yet, but I want to see them kind of grow together. You know, that's that generation of NXT. I think that's Sean's first graduating class for the most part.
Yeah, those his initial babies. Yeah, him.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna say he's not gonna go into Mania, but you gotta show me
All
something.
right. See, you brought up NXT. See, and this is why you are who you are, because you gave me a perfect segue. Because the last NXT PLE of the year is Saturday, NXT Deadline from Shawn Michaels' hometown of San Antonio, Texas.
Mhm.
You know, 5 match card, as always with these folks, 5 matches. Um, let's start from the bottom to the top, man. We got Ethan Page versus Mr. Iguana for NXT North American Championship.
I am an Ethan Page fan.
I think Mr. Iguana is one of them cats that it don't matter if he win, it don't matter if he lose, he gonna be good. He
Yeah,
gonna be
for
good
sure.
money. He gonna be good money. Tatum Paxley is out for revenge versus her former good friend Izzy Dame. Izzy, of course, turned on Tatum and cost her the NXT Women's Championship. So they about to run
Mhm.
it back. I think some very evil things are gonna occur with Tatum Paxley.
Yeah, that promo that she cut 2 nights ago was a little devilish. Makeup running and
Yeah,
all that other shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Plus,
she out to beat somebody ass.
yeah. Plus, I recall seeing her in a casket match with Wendy Chu, and they did the whole Brock Undertaker laugh story. I'm like, yeah, nah, she different.
Mhm.
Plus, again, as we said before, when she won the title, Shawn Michaels rewards character work in NXT. He rewards it to the death. So I think Tatum's gonna
Yeah,
win. It makes sense for Tatum to get her lick
it
back. It
makes more
makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right, we got our first Iron Survivor match. We got Sol Ruka, Lola Vice, Kalani Jordan, Jordan Grace, and Evolve champion Kendall Gray. The winner of this match gets a NXT Women's Title match at New Year's Evil. I would say, who do you want to win? But I'm gonna rephrase this a little bit differently. D. Who deserves this title shot more than anyone else in this match?
said Sol Ruka, Kendall
Mhm.
Gray.
Yep,
Who else?
Lola Vice
Jordan Grace.
and Kalani
Yo,
Jordan.
and Kalani Jordan. Who deserves it?
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with Kalani Jordan.
Mm, okay.
I'm gonna go with Kalani Jordan. I
Are
mean,
we?
Kendall Gray. She just got there.
Mhm.
No disrespect to her, nothing like that. Um, Sol Ruka just had a title shot, right? No,
Nah, it was
maybe.
it was her trying to get back the North American title,
Yeah.
and yeah, and Zarya threw in the towel.
Yeah. I don't see any problem with Jordan Grace getting it. I think this might be the way for her to get it. So you know what? I say Kalani Jordan, but I'm gonna go with Jordan Grace.
All right. I will go with. I'll go with Kalani Jordan
Hmm.
as who I'd like to win this because I want to see Kalani really carry some with this heel turn of hers,
Hmm.
and I think Soruka is likely to win this. And the reason why I think Soruka is
Right.
likely to win this is because Soruka's on that trajectory of I'm about to leave in a minute, right?
Yeah.
Like I am in graduate course studies of NXT now. Like I've had my taste of the main roster. They loving me up there already. Like let me have a run with the big belt and basically be quote unquote. She would be triple crown. She would be a triple crown champion because she's the first speed champion, women's North American champion, and NXT women's champion. So she would be have a triple crown in that regard for singles. But I just think that Soul got
It's
it.
different.
Since
Yeah.
since since Jada Parker, who was looking fine at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game the other week, is not in this match. I'm gonna just say so. All right. Next up is the men's Iron Survivor Challenge match. NXT title shot on the line at New Year's Evil. Javon Evans, Leon Slater, Joe Hendry, Deion Lennox of Dark State, and Miles Borner in this match. The funny thing about it is that Obafemi ran into Deion Lennox and was like, yo,
Yeah, I saw
you
that.
on my path now. Go finish the job then. I don't think Deion Lennox is the ruler, but I like how Dark State has handled themselves after
Yeah.
the Hardys feud, right? Personally, I'll go ahead and go first here.
Uh huh.
Javon Evans gotta win this, dog.
Yes.
Javon Evans gotta win this, yo. Like, come on.
Yes.
Javon Evans has put on too many moments, too many situations. I've seen this brother on. Nah, dog. I need Javon to win this one, and I need Javon versus either Javon versus Ricky or Javon versus Oba one last time to finally get that boy that belt.
Yes.
Ricky Saints was already a made person without the belt. He's good with the belt too. It's cool. But nah, I need this is Javon Evans' time, man. I'm sorry. Like,
Right.
if not
Right.
now, when? If not, if he don't do it,
Not
just
now,
send
not
him up,
ever.
dog. Just give him his farewell match with Leon Slater as a 30-minute Iron Man match and call it a goddamn day.
Please. Please. I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
All right. All right. And now the main event, Ricky Saints defending his NXT title versus Femi. I am a little torn on this because I personally think that for all the fire promos that the ruler has been cutting, I personally think this is his swan song. I think at the beginning of 2026, it's either going to be that first SmackDown or that first Monday Night Raw. He going to come in and wreck shop and put everybody on notice.
I don't like it. I'm rooting for the ruler. I don't care what you say.
Look, I don't like it either. This is basically one of them situations where, like, hey, dog, you putting the baddies against each other, dog.
Stop
I don't
that.
like it. But hey, if that's how they feel, that's how I feel. So we just gonna have to ride with yeah, we can just ride with the round.
But what else isn't there something else on Saturday?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
there is.
Yeah.
ASÉ
Yeah.
is having their second anniversary show. The fact that we've had so many different companies, have good years, bad years, like and then with the greatness of ASÉ is the fact they've been able to carry. Um, let's clap it up for that, right? Let's just clap it up for that. And the fact that they made it happen, they definitely made it
Listen,
happen,
2
right?
years, 2 years is a great feat, man. And you know what I mean? Like, for the most part, they have not put on a bad show
Not a one, not a one.
at all. At all. You seen the card?
I have seen the card.
What you
have.
looking forward to?
I am looking forward to Jocelyn Navarro versus Charity King for the ASÉ Women's Championship.
I'm torn.
I am, brother. That is two friends of the pod, sir. That is
Yeah,
one.
I'm torn.
That is your 3-year-old son's favorite wrestler versus one of the first guests we ever had on this program.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to this. This is a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
Savannah Evans against what we call the big parlay. Miss
Hey,
Littlefoot, bro.
hey, look,
So,
hey, Savannah, look. We saw it at
I'm not picking nobody.
was that Russell K? We saw that at when Littlefoot was like, "Hey man, rub me my money."
I'm not picking nobody.
I
None.
don't think you should pick nobody either, dog. I think it's just one of them
Mm-mm.
situations you just like, yo, just
Mm-mm.
may the best person win. I think that's where we at with it. It's like, yo, just
Yes.
may the best person win.
Now I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be a hell of a show. The fact to see that Lockhart has had this company running and the different people, the different talent that he's had um on the roster coming in and coming out. I'm looking forward to it, man. Like, I'm actually gonna watch this instead of Deadline. Like, real
Yeah, because
talk.
I mean, You can always just go back to watching Deadline on Peacock. You can always
Yeah,
do
for
that.
sure. And for
This
everybody watching, man, if you trying to catch ASÉ, like go to ASÉWrestling.com, man, and pay the 15. Pay the 15.
pay to fit in.
Support your independent wrestling. Pay the 15.
Definitely support your independent wrestlers. Look, man, you got
And if you ain't got the 15, I ain't gonna loan it to you.
look, you got Isaiah Broner showing up in the building. You got Yaya versus Bojack. You got Darian Bingston versus Suge D, and Suge D's. I want to say this is his first Ashe match since losing the Pan African Disaster World Championship.
Mm-hmm.
You got a number one contenders match for the men's tag titles in the Audacity versus Top Shooters versus Ugly Gang.
Ugly gang.
And you know Ugly Gang is fam. You know, shout out to Rayhan.
Yeah.
You got the man himself, Darius Lockhart versus frontman John C. Lockhart be one. He might say, "Look, these people be yapping at Lockhart. I'm like, all right, let's get in the ring."
Listen, everybody,
So
everybody, everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
absolutely, Khan defending his title versus Calvin Tankman.
That's gonna be a good one, brother.
Yep. And how do we feel about this main event? It's the All Father effectively celebrating his 1 year anniversary as the inaugural Ashe Men's Champion versus LeBron Gazone, who basically was like, "Yo, I beat Cedric Alexander. Now what? I'm number one contender." Well, damn. Just it's all about the All Father. That what we saying, D?
Yeah,
Right?
that's it. That's all.
Right? Anywho, personally, again, this is one of them situations where I wish I was in the area to catch it because hey, salute
Man,
to Lockhart, salute to
this would
everybody.
have been the one. This would have
Yeah,
been the one to
salute
go
to
to.
everybody involved with Ashe that's made it work. Shout out to Lovely, shout out to our brothers at Black Wrestling, shout out to
But yeah.
everybody who's put in to make it is what it is. Real quick, before we get to
Uh-huh.
hater of the week, D
Yeah.
TNA in media news, TNA now they have a new TV deal. They're going to be on AMC, the home of Breaking Bad, and what else was on AMC that I used to watch a lot?
American Horror Story.
That was FX.
Uh-huh.
That was
No,
FX.
for real.
Yeah, it was FX.
I thought I was doing something. Shit.
Nah. We no, AMC was home of Mad Men.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what's that?
Mad Men is a show about marketing, and it had John Hamm and some all-time great shit on there. So yeah, like Prestige TV kind of like, you know what I'm saying, laid down when it came to AMC. They was cooking, right?
Okay.
They was cooking. Mind you, the TV show used to be, I mean, not TV show, the channel used to be strictly about, hey, we gonna just air classic movies all damn day.
Yeah, that's true. Because they played The
Yeah,
Godfather like every 5 minutes.
exactly, right? Exactly. They used to show the Godfather like it might say, remember Turner Classic Movies?
Yeah.
It was something,
Yeah.
some variation of that, brother. That's what it was. Um, but nah, like the we're talking. All right, so here's what occurred. Right, here's the shows that have been on AMC. Real quick before we even get into TNA being over there, you had The Walking Dead,
Okay.
Better Call Saul.
Don't know.
You
Don't know her.
Better Call Saul is the spinoff of Breaking Bad. You need to watch that too.
Okay.
That shit's good too.
Okay.
I remember Preacher.
Don't know her.
Preacher was the Seth Rogen joint. Um,
Okay.
so you know, we had some heat.
Okay.
Had some heat, man. Had some heat. That it was basically the best of them joints literally came out between 2006 to I want to say 2014, 2014, 2015.
So
That's
what they
heat.
showing now?
Uh
Besides TNA.
Besides TNA, ooh, that's a good question. I don't know what they got running right now. Again, it's one of the channels where like I loved it when I knew what was on it, and now I don't know what's on it. I'm like, it's hey, it's cool. It's what it is. What it is.
Okay.
But TNA being on normal broadcast cable TV.
That's dope. So the last thing they started off on what, like Spike or something, right?
hmm they took on the Spike contract after WWE left and went back to USA.
Okay. 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 Huh. Okay.
Then they were on Access, which was the same spot that aired New Japan Pro Wrestling here in the States.
Yeah,
And
Access
now
wasn't on every cable thing. It was pretty much like I think it was on Verizon Fios or something primarily, or
yeah,
Spectrum or
in
something like that.
Xfinity. Yep. And
Yeah.
I mean, look, they got the channel on Samsung TV. You know, it stays on in my office all the time. So I'll be
Oh,
watching the
okay.
old TNA classics. You
Cool.
know what I'm saying?
Oh, they got a channel on Samsung.
hmm
Oh, okay. Okay, that's dope.
Yeah,
Nice.
they got a channel on Samsung. But here they're on regular cable TV again.
That's dope. Okay,
After
I'm gonna watch
having
it.
after having all the momentum in the world, you know what I'm saying, this year, 2025 has been a transformative year for that company. And I
Yeah.
think the hilarious TNA part of it was, hey, I know Mike Santana won the title in a very emotional way, but yo, let's throw the belt on Frankie Kazarian. Just to fuck people.
Yeah. And he's one of the day ones.
Yeah. I mean, they lost Joe Hendry to the WWE. They've got a lot of
Mhm.
people coming up for contract, but I think TNA is in a healthy place. I really do.
They'll be fine. I think they'll be fine because it's a transition where a lot of those NXT stars might end up going over there.
Oh yeah, because again, like between the deal is still going to be in place between them and
Mhm.
WWE. So again, I think TNA is going to work like a place where you can go get your shit off, right? Like how
Right.
um God dang, Omos went to Pro Wrestling Noah and then also
Right.
went to
Right.
AAA not too long ago,
Yeah.
right? It's just a place to
Mhm.
show you what you got to do, right? Um, but you know what we also got to show and do, D? We got to just
Mhm.
we got to invite Ice T in the building, man, because Ice T is December. You know what I'm saying? As a pimp, he understands that it get a little cold out there, but you still got to make that money. And also, sometimes you just gotta
Hey.
That's right. It's time for Hater of the Week, me and D's favorite segment where we basically get to shoot the shit about things outside the squared circle. Um, I've seen people even text me they hated the week. I'm like, oh man, appreciate you for checking in with the show. I appreciate it. I mean, it be they bosses or somebody that's like fucking up and shit. You know, that's how that goes. But I will go first this week for hater of the week. Um, my hater of the week, it is the Los Angeles Clippers.
Damn.
Not because not because they told Chris Paul to kick rocks and told him to go home. Not because of that. It's because the Los Angeles Clippers will still do some Clipper ass shit. Like, how you gonna drop a man tribute video thanking him, must say him being part of your organization, arguably the best player in franchise history, and then 4 days later, not even a full work week, hey man, you got to get a community note say, hey, the Clippers released Chris Paul shortly after the release of this video.
Bruh. That's a lot.
Like
Clippers doing Clipper shit.
the Clipper gonna be doing Clipper shit forever. Like I understand how people feel about Chris Paul, honestly and truly, but yeah. And then secondarily, my hater of the week is Pharrell Williams.
What Pharrell do to you?
So Pharrell Williams had a quote talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion, right?
Mhm.
And he's trying to say that he was taken out of context. And Pharrell did that thing where
I'm sorry. I'm watching the game. The Lions has got a safety on the Cowboys. I am so blessed.
I am, oh God, pretty sure my wife's trying to figure out where to watch that game on a plane. Um, let me try and pull up Pharrell's actual quote, right? Because boy, Pharrell is one of the type of people. I've been off Pharrell in some ways when he said he referred to himself as one of the new blacks, if you will. And I'm
What's
like,
that?
I don't, I don't know what the,
A new black.
I don't know what he means by that at all.
Hmm.
I don't know what he are. Anyway, so
Hmm. Hmm.
Lord. So
Oh Lord.
he said he hate politics, right? Like
Hmm.
despise him. He called politics a magic trick. And I'm like, brother, I don't care how rich you are. Politics ain't no goddamn magic trick. Politics gonna do your ass every single goddamn day.
Absolutely.
And twice on Sunday. The way regulations work in this, that's politics, brother. Sorry. Sorry. Basically says I don't believe in either side because I think when you pick a side, you are inadvertently supporting division. Yes, it's not a popular point of view, but I just gotta say, when I think about it, the wells are drying up. Do you think for what it is that you do you think you're the best? Do you want the job because you're black or you because you're the best? I think now for me, it's about having the best ambition, and that's the reason why you support, black businesses. Yeah, they happen to be black and brown, but it should be based on the fact that they're best, not because of a shade of skin color. The reason why we had these things is because we were being denied these opportunities in the first place. They create these things to somewhat level a playing field, right? So that, like, hey,
Hmm.
let's look at the entirety of situations here, see where we got to go. Because hey, having multiple voices in a room make a room better. Because there are some
Facts.
people that have a difference of background, a difference of lifestyle, etc., that can color you, they can color in something that you may think is different and make shit better, right? So that's that one. He basically, got himself in a whole bunch of shit, right? When he said that. And I'm gonna let you know this now. He's what I'm going to read to you, D, is something he said while accepting a sneak shoe of the year award. He said, soundbite this. Since most people don't like to read or do research anymore, soundbite this. God's the greatest. Soundbite this. I'm from Virginia. Soundbite this. You don't know what I know. You ain't seen what I saw. No, you ain't been where I go. I'm from the mud. As a child, nobody's been evicted more times than me. Lights turned off, water turned off, and at times had to pump the water. I'm proletariat. In fact, I'm lum proletariat. Yeah, Lemon Prometariat. Yeah, soundbite this. I had to stay on my feet. Soundbite this. But I could never walk the shoes of my parents, etc. All they had to endure while staying on their feet. Soundbite these. This. At least a couple times a day, put your phone down and think on your own.
He's not wrong about that part. I agree with that.
The last sentence, I'll give him that.
Yeah, that
But
right there. I don't agree with shit else.
brother, don't call yourself the proletariat while accepting a Shoe of the Year award.
That didn't cook the way he thought he did.
Brother, that's a whole bunch of word salad. That is a whole bunch of. You ever been in an argument with somebody and you
It's
trying
the
to sound
talks in
smart
circles.
and you
Yeah,
talk
it's the
yourself
talks
in
in circles.
circles?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's what Pharrell did. Like I just
Wow.
need Pharrell to shut up, dog. Just look.
Just be quiet. Relax.
Look. Thank you for the Clips album and your production and your contributions to that this year.
Don't do
Um,
shit else.
I mean, whatever you're doing with Louis, whatever you're doing with Louis. I mean, look, that's technically a DEI situation anyway, but that's not here nor there.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. So those are my two: the Clippers for being the Clippers, and Pharrell for just being so happy he learned a new word and wanted to make sure that the entire world knew it. Mind you, I don't like the fact that I had to talk shit about Pharrell because Pharrell's birthday is the day after mine, dog. Like we are in the same Aries clique, but sometimes I know us. And I know
Oh,
that
that's
ego
cool.
gets to be a little bit too goddamn loud, and you want to prove to everybody, like, no, y'all are wrong. I am right.
Hey, yo, that voice is crazy.
I just need my man to shut up, dog. I just need my man to shut up.
Um,
Put the bait that
my
ape Nego joints back on. You know what I'm saying? Put the cartoon characters back on the site. You know what I'm saying?
So my hater of the week is my hero of the week.
Michael Irvin?
No, no. My hater of the week is the ultimate hater because what he did was some hating shit, but it
Oh,
was
I
some
know
hero
exactly
shit
where
at
you're
the
about to
same
go
time.
for. You know what? I'm letting you run the ISO. Go for it. As he sipped, as he sipped.
Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, the ultimate hater, the producer of Sean Combs' The Reckoning. The reason why he's the hater of the week, because everybody knows this motherfucker does not like Diddy. Like myself, I can't stand him. But if you were to watch this Netflix documentary, it starts off as a couple days before Diddy was arrested and how he had people record him or film him prior to his arrest. Now, not to spoil the documentary, but to spoil the documentary, Curtis got hold of that footage. And the 4 episodes were a documentary masterpiece because everybody who thought that Sean Combs was this person, this glorified black man. I'm never going to shit on another black person, but I got to shit on another black person at this point because it breaks down a lot of the psychological part of Sean Combs as it correlated to things in history where there had been the high school, like the basketball game, the brawl,
CCNY
or
thing,
it
yeah.
pertained to Biggie getting shot or Tupac getting shot or the shooting with Jennifer Lopez at the nightclub up until now. Curtis Jackson is my hero of the week because he actually said, you know what? You aren't what you are, and I'm going to exploit you for what you are. An idiot, a psychopath, a narcissistic individual who puts on the perception like you're doing things to help your people when you're not. You should watch it. I finished it last night. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I just didn't like the part where I did not enjoy the part because Biggie's my favorite rapper of all time, and the 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 story leading up to Biggie's death kind of pissed me off, knowing that he had a little bit of a part in, well, a good part into that. So if you ever watched it, go ahead and watch it. 4 episodes. Yeah, 50 Cent is my hero and hater of the week at the same time.
So my thing with this, with this doc, ain't even a issue with it ain't even an issue with 50 Cent, right? Because
Mhm.
I've written, I've considered some things with it because at the end of the day, people thought like, oh, you're watching this documentary because it's about to be messy. And that's
Mhm.
far, far from what this is.
Right.
This is a chronological breakdown with some of this footage that they got. And it's basically showing you how you make a monster, right?
Mhm.
It is literally the making of a monster. And I think with Puff, and I say this, as somebody who's covered his career extensively. When you got Puff, you're literally looking at somebody who probably in a 24-hour news cycle with the CCNY joint.
Mhm.
If 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 that thing occurred in this day and age, it wouldn't be no Diddy. They would
Fair.
consider that man a leper, right? For all the good he may have done at Uptown Records, like that would have been a stain on him. Clearly does that money.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not what we live in. That's not what we live in. It's not what we live in. We live in a world where, hey, there's redemption. And so Puff continued to find ways to be redeemed. Right. Again, we saw this with Robert Sylvester Kelly, dog. Like, you can be a nasty, disgusting person. As long as you put out some entertaining things, we will rock with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the psychology of this documentary breaks down how we built Sean Diddy Combs and how by watching them videos brought in that apparently he was filming himself trying to, release his own documentary, if you will, based on how he's going to exonerate himself from this
Right.
situation. Instead, they're even more incriminating because now you see him talking to Justin and basically being like, yo, we can use Kalina of, Diddy Dirty Money / Daddy Kane. We can use her to help this whole they try to tear a black man down
And
as
he
an
couldn't even give her
argument.
the 5 stacks for a fucking lawyer.
Like, and this is a good doc because you already have some people refuting some of the things alleged in the doc, right? Mainly the biggie stuff, like the whole financial stuff, like Mark Pitts, like folks who like were there during them days. They're like, nah, that's not how that went down. But I think this is a great character work of a documentary. It's not a hit piece. It's not super salacious. It is literally showing you the framework of how we got here. Right? Because in the way it tries to intersect and try to tie together all these different things with Puff, I'm like, yeah, that kind of checks. I want people to watch it just to, get their own opinion of things because,
Right.
hey, man, 50 told GQ himself if he had any agenda and if it was him making this, like it was his agenda, he'd focus heavily on the fact that Sean Combs was the first man to be in jail for transporting male prostitutes for a sex party. That is his words, near verbatim. Okay. Salute to Alexander Singleton, be like, nah, we're not going to go that way. We're basically going to piece together the entire narrative of Sean Combs and how we got to this point right here.
Right.
It works a lot better than the messy shit. I think, hell, if we get another, like, I think what's occurred here, like we turned to hip hop true crime, right? Hip hop true crime is its own like cottage cheese industry. Same way with the Megan Thee Stallion Tory Lane stuff, which, by the way, I absolutely laughed at every single time that man said, hey, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And weapons have been forming and prospering against that man every single day. I think we're in this sort of cottage cheese like industry where we attract, must say, how cottage cheese, if you just kind of sneaking in some shit like, damn, it might be kind of good, if you don't really think about it. That's what hip hop gossip is.
Man, fuck that. Just stop being freaky frogs. Stop that shit.
Oh, no. Be freaky frogs. Be consenting freaky frogs. Don't be trying to have, what I'm saying? Hey, don't do what Puff did. And this is not me advocating for Puff. This is like, no, don't do none of that weird, goofy shit. And don't try to film the shit and use it as blackmail for people. No. Have whatever tantric sex experience you want to have and get the fuck on. Do not, no.
Yeah.
No,
I guess.
Just no. Just
So he said, so
keep
what you're
us the
saying
fuck out of it, basically.
be consenting freaky frogs. Is that the
Yes,
message?
be consenting freaky frogs.
Okay.
That is the best advice I got for you. Be consenting freaky frogs and do not try to use none of this shit for blackmail or try to, hold power over people. Because you might get a goddamn Netflix documentary made about you too.
Who?
Not you. I'm saying in general.
I'm about to say, I'm born.
And on that note, and on that note, thanks to the boring man, that is tonight's episode of 2DopeMarks. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Shout out to Jermaine, our good friend from New Orleans, the Most City, tuning in with us, man. Follow us at 2DopeMarks on Twitter. Follow us 2DopeMarks on Instagram. Like, subscribe to the pod. Turn on hit the bell, turn on post notifications because we typically go live every Thursday night, 7:15 Eastern, 6:15 Central. Episodes are on demand on Fridays. And yeah, you can find us on Instagram, Threads, etc. All 2DopeMarks. Merch is you can hit the hit the description for our merch. Cop that. Cop the Run 2DM crew neck. Cause hey, it's popping. And also it's wintertime. Heard it's supposed to snow up there, D.
Yeah, tomorrow morning, bro. Actually, like 1:00 in the morning.
Eesh. I ain't gotta live that life no more. But you know what life I do want to live? You saying something nice to the people.
Be a consenting freaky frog.
Be a consenting freaky fraud. See you next Thursday.